Alright. Sending data, sending data. YouTube online, Facebook online. Twitch is trying to send its data. I'm sure it's gonna send its data just fine. I wonder. Alright. Put this over here. Forgot to get the chat out. There we go. Oh my god, I forgot to check to make sure my pen works. Does my pen work? Does my pen work? Yes, it works just fine. But I didn't think of anything to draw. Didn't think of anything to draw. And I'm forgetting something. I don't know what that is. Alright. You're loading up fine. I was going to, but I can't unless. In theory. In theory. Alright, let's hide this. That's fine. Yeah, maybe we'll try a little test. Just maybe. Just maybe. Do 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 do. Just a whole lot of clicking. 'Cause there's a whole lot of clicking when your stream's starting soon. Alright. Water. Microphone. Seems to be going fine. Everything is engaged. Pen works. Chair's locked. Don't know why. I can't think of what I'm forgetting. Well. There's nothing you can do. Nothing you can do about that. Oh yeah, my buttons. Okay. It's always something. And it works. Seems to be in sync. Maybe we'll try again later to fully get it right on the mark, because I know that it's still off and that makes me crazy. Hey Pat Prue. Hey Space Goo. What is up with you? Two. The band. Also The Edge. What is up with The Edge? How does he get away with that name? Oh, nice. I'm sure it's still off by a millisecond or two. So I don't know. If you want to suggest pushing it forward or back by a millisecond, I will do it, Pat. I will do that. For nobody else. But for you. Wait, not for me? What if I was like, hey, I've noticed an inconsistency in the time stream. Would you like to make adjustments, sir? What, you wouldn't do that? Don't talk like Data. You don't know what you're talking about. You never notice any inconsistency of the time stream. You're not even you anymore. You were black and white for like 4 months, and you never talk about it. You never even bring it up. Oh, why would I? Why would I do that? Also, I'm not sure if you have this set to continuously play. I am kind of noticing a jump in my time stream continuum. So maybe while the intro's playing, maybe you could fix that. I don't think that's how that works. I have to wait till the thing is over. Anyway, tell me again about the cold opens and how they work. No, they just work in a way where ideally somebody thinks of some dialogue, something that's like, hey, this is funny and interesting, and then the intro, and then go to the actual show. And it's like it has nothing to do with the actual show, which, you know, technically is drawing, so this doesn't really have anything to do with the actual show. So that doesn't answer any questions at all. You're stupid, and I think that I hate you? Yeah, maybe.
Tell your friends.
Tell your friends.
And tell your hot mom. There's no such thing as grownups.com.
Now that's an intro that you could write home about. You gonna do that? You gonna write home about that intro? You gonna get on your little computer and be like, Dear Bob, if you knew how to check emails, this would be an email that I'm telling you about the intro to the thing that I did, but you don't know how to get the email, so other probably a lot better. You'll watch this on YouTube, oddly enough. That's you talking to your mom. Yeah, I know how I talk to my mom. Hey, my name is Curtis. This is Milo. There's also some other people floating around. Meow, 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 meow. Of course, Ripley, the sweetest angel in the world, is running all of the buttons, even though you can clearly... Oh, I guess you can't. The thing is in the way. But when I'm on the other screen, you can clearly see me pressing away on the buttons. That makes the cameras change. See? There's a camera over here. So this is the serious camera, usually. If you need a tour, if Space Goonie and Pat happen to need a tour of this place that they come to every Tuesday at 8:30 my time, it is, hey, wacky fun, everything's fun over here. Like, this is where we would have, sometimes some crimes, they go slipping through those cracks, but these two gumshoes, they're picking up the slack. See? Hey. See? And that's why we gotta get serious, because Ripley doesn't do words, so that was no good. So she will have to be reprimanded for that later on. And, that's my business and none of yours, how I discipline imaginary cats. Oh, I could tell some stories about how imaginary cats are disciplined. I could tell some stories, indeed. Step 1, you're like, I'll do something later. Step 2, later never comes, and I continue to poop in shoes, or wherever I feel like it, cause who cares, dog? Who cares? I sleep in a dish rack for my own enjoyment. And that's what we do here. And also, I draw pictures of stuff. Oh, man. Creepy Aja. Pen. Found it. Okay. I feel like I had an idea of something to do. I was going to go back and finally start on book 2 of the No Such Thing as Grown-Ups comic strippings. And I forgot whatever it was I was going to draw. So, we'll probably just do some doodling. And also the dish rack thing is a reference from... Fee, fi, fo, fub. I can smell that you're so dumb. Why don't you say that sentence right, or else we'll cancel this stream all night. That was good. I like that. But yeah, it's a reference from the comic strip book of comic strippings. I've run out of words. It's warm. It's not that bad tonight, but it's been warm. It's been real warm since the summer's been on. Oh, man. Lost my train of thought. The book. So, I drew most of it here. And, people got to witness it and see it. And then I redrew a lot of it outside of the stream. And it's fantastic. And then I took a week of just going, I gotta fix it. This isn't good enough. This is stupid. Why? Why make a book? I already see it. I've seen it myself. Who needs this? Who? I know that I don't need it at all. I have zero care for anything that you do, honestly. Even though I'm the star, that really kind of perks it up. Yeah, maybe I'll give it a skim, but mostly that's just to make sure you've got my voice correct. And based on the pages that I've seen, I have a lot of control of those pages, so I'm not too worried. I'm not too worried at all. So aside from that, aside from the voices inside my head, the voices in your head as an artist that are just like, really, you're gonna paint a cat with a top hat and a bow tie? And no, but yes, I want to, only because I saw that and I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna go home and paint a cat. Probably this one with a hat and bow tie, but then I'm like, but this one's on sale for $12, so here's my $12. I'm going to put this on the wall, and I'm going to love it forever, and I do. And I do. It's just like a print or whatever from like Winners or Walmart or somewhere, so it's not whatever. But it's that part where I'm like, hey, it's not whatever. And I can think, no, it's not whatever about my stuff. So it's always with every project that I do, even doing the stream, every week I have to be like, why? Who cares? Why do this? Just because it's a thing that I like to do. Why add another mask to this cat or make him do anything else? Why do a little weird skit? Why stop motion toys? And the fact that I can keep adding to that list of things to do, and if I take the why off of all of them, it's just, hey, doing some stop motion. Hey, making imaginary cat nonsense. Hey, stream. Comic strips? Yeah, why not? And you know, as long as I can liken it to something in the world, if I can metaphor it through my system, then I can be okay with it. I.e., like, you know, if you go to a restaurant with somebody and they're just like, oh, well, I'm just going to get these 5 different things. Like, why not? It's what I like to do, right? And I know that technically the doctor said I shouldn't eat 50% of these things, but it's what I love, so I'm going to do that, right? And let me just take that sentiment, that motto, and pour it all over the stuff that I do, and dost thou do it anyway. That started to try to think a weird Shakespearean way of saying something, and I don't have a bunch of weird Shakespearean things other than the doth and whatever, and that's not even Shakespearean. That's just them making fun of it. But anyway, so I finally was like, all right, I'm uploading the book. I'm uploading the book. And I uploaded the book, and then the book place was like, excuse me, sir, the ink requirements that you are going to require from this upload is definitely going to be requiring the premium ink package, not just the standard. Like, so, think about it. Either redo your PDF or select the standard, or select the premium ink. So what's it going to be? Are you cheap or are you technically proficient? Pick one. And the answer is, 1, I am cheap. 2, I don't know what else to do. It's just black lines. There's some grays, but I looked at a bunch of reviews of the printing of stuff like this, and I'm like, this looks great. This looks great. It handled the grays real great, and I really like how it actually like dotted them out like a comic book and old style, and it was awesome. I'm on board. I'm on board. So why did you pick that one? Why did you just pick by that one? How is this a story? Why are you still talking about uploading a file to the internet as if nobody else uploads files to the internet? Oh, hey, Pioneer Jones. What are you embarking on today in your greatest new adventure in the world that no one's ever heard of in the whole world? You gonna send a text message to somebody who receives text messages constantly, or are you gonna do that? No, you're not. This story's stupid. Next story, please. No. So I don't know how to change the PDF. And the other thing is, next block down, beyond the uploading area is the ink quality. So standard, premium, and then something else. I don't remember. Like the super premium, let's call it. And let's go to the serious camera for this. There we go, Ripley. For this particular book printing, it was like, by the way, before you go any further, jerk, we don't offer the cheap standard ink for this particular type of book anyway. So premium is your only option, and you can't have super premium either. So if you're not going to pick the premium, then GTFO, dog. GTVFO. Please, and or thank you. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do, hotshot? You going to shoot me in the leg? Huh? Is that what you're going to do? You're going to shoot Jeff Daniels in the leg? No, you're not. You're going to pick premium, right? Is that what you're going to do? Because it's still technically cheaper than doing a full color book. So what are you going to do? Are you going to shoot not Jeff Goldblum. You're going to shoot Jeff Daniels in the leg or not? I think I was using my pen. Click it, click, click it. It's not clicking. Maybe it's my pen. I was just grab my mouse. Click it, click it, click it. Clicker, clicker, clicker. There's doesn't seem to be an option. It only gives you, but they're all grayed out. Like, hey, but at this time, we don't have any ink, maybe. I don't know. I'm a computer. What do I know? Pork chop sandwiches. What do I know? All right, you win this round. You win this round. I'm gonna jump into Acrobat that I hate, and I'm gonna poke around there and see if there's some sort of flattening ink something. Not that it makes any sense whatsoever. How do I get this to run through this thing? And I'm just like, I got nothing. So jump back over to the book thing. Like, well, what if let's just do a real book then, all right? I normally do real books. I've never used this comic book option before, and I don't know. But I know the other version, that gives me great quality. It's how I did the poetry books, and they're black and white with drawings. Therefore, let's just jump over there. See what happens. Do a quick test. So I jump over to another book, start a new project, upload it there, and it's like, hey dog, it's me again. The helpful little triangle that says warning. Warning, I'm the internet. I'm the ghost in the machine. I don't know if anybody's brought this up to you before, but this is definitely going to be some premium ink requirements. So I'll let you go make your own decisions beyond this point, but you either want to go full color or premium, and like standard might do it. I don't know, but honestly, the premium ink for this situation, it costs basically the same. I'm not here to tell you how to run your life. I'm just a robot. I'm just a machine. Pork chop sandwiches. Like, oh, these machines and their pork chop sandwiches. So I scrolled down and I was just like, literally the only one here in this room, just like, premium? And it was like, bing, yeah, cool. What's next? It's 90 pages. We're gonna fill that information in for you. Why don't you just put the name of the book in? Do you want to sell it on Amazon? Click this here. Do you want to put an ISBN number on it? That's the barcode for books. Like, yeah, let's do all of this. So I'm not trying to sell them all out of my home, like I do with the other books, and I'll take some time to make sure the rest of them do the same thing, because I assume that this book is going to be like, a firestorm of, oh, we want more of your stuff. Well, there already is some, but I only have like 4 copies in my closet right now. So, so whatever. So I did it. I got it all done. All the information for the longest time. And then, of course, it's me and it's computers and it's doing things that aren't my job. So they're 65 times more impossible than the things that I do between 9 to 5 at my job. And I don't know why that is, but everything there for the most part usually runs pretty great. And then as soon as the working day is done, girls just want to get the run around from computers. But girls just want to have fun, actually. That's all they really want. Ha 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 ha. It's some fun. That's what I heard them say when they were like, we'll be in the thud. Lou Albano, that elastic band's growth. It's just growth. I still, to this day, it creeps me out. From wrestling to the music videos. What were we talking about? Captain Lou Albano? He was no captain of anything, I'm pretty sure. Was he on the Mario Brothers? I think he was a Mario brother for a minute. Yeah. Yeah, he was. He was. Things are weird. The 90s and 80s were weird. So anyway, in order to do the Amazon, sell it everywhere, not just out of the trunk of my living room, I got to get a copy myself first, pay for it. Excuse me. I think we're done. Pay for it with my own gas, and then I got to approve it. Then I just have to go back and be like, yeah, I got it. It looks great. 5 stars for me, and now unleash it on the world. So anywhere from the next 7 to 10 days? No, less than that now. So within the next 7 days, maybe it'll exist as a thing. Maybe it'll exist as a thing, and it only took me forever. But the main point is, hey Mike White, are you listening? Do you come back and check these later on like you used to on your way to work all the time? Hey, what do you do on your way to work, Mike, where we sit and spend all day together, all day, and then sometimes we work late at night, spending half the night together, and I just keep talking, and you're like, hey, say more things, and then I do, Mike White. And for some reason you're like, hey, I've got like a 25-minute drive to work every day. Oh, that sucks. I guess you just listen to music. Nope, I listen to you. What? The podcast that we do together? Yeah, I play that on my way to work, and then we can discuss the things that you talked about. But like, you were on that podcast though. Like, yeah, I'm weird like that. So anyway, if Mike is coming back and watching these after the fact, or maybe he's watching it live somewhere, I'm gonna beat you. I'm gonna beat you. Now his book has more planning. It's more professional. It's longer. It's an actual graphic novel, but still, finish lines are finish lines. And if mine's on Amazon before yours, then I'm the winner. I am the comic book guy. Facts. Still didn't think of something to draw. Let's doodle for a second. See if anything pops into my head. Drawn some horses over the weekend for Space Goonies' sister-in-law. No. Space Goonies' sister-in-law. Yeah, let's go with that. Sister-sister-in-law. She's got a horse farm. And then she was like, I've ordered jackets, but I don't have a logo. There has to be a better way. And I'm like, yeah, cool. I'll do that up. Why not? Horses are easy. Ah, yes, brother-in-law's sister. There you go. That makes sense. And I'm just like, whatever, horses. I've done 1,000... I've done like 4 like horse logo-y things for some people already in the streaming world. A lot of chess players out there streaming their chess. And I figured this'll take 20 minutes. This'll be nothing. And for some reason, I'm just like, I can't draw a horse. Actually, the hard part was, hey, here's a picture of my favorite horses. What? This was just going to be kind of a horse logo, and every horse, if you will. Oh, now I feel like I should incorporate this horse that you love into this thing. All right, I'll do my best. So, I load up the horse, I trace off the horse, and even though I'm tracing the horse, I'm looking at the horse, just like, the more accurate you make a horse look, the dumber a horse looks. Horses just look dumb. Like, they just look dumb. Like, when you do a stylized horse, they look cool, they look powerful, they look awesome. But when you actually draw a horse with, like, its mouth, if you show a horse's mouth, like, without the bolts and the straps on it, it's just like, no matter what. Like, he's looking stoic, he's looking cool, but just even the slightest hint of mouth is just like, I'm a horse. I've got a horse mouth. Hey, look at me. Want to come over here and look my horse mouth in the mouth? Like, no. And it really made me hate drawing horses. But then it was done. And I'm on the wrong camera. But then it was done. I want to say, like, the first, 5 versions of it I did for myself that I didn't even show. I'm just like, I hate this. This is terrible. And then I had to walk away from it, so it didn't take me, all weekend. Like, I didn't sit here all weekend just drawing horses. I left, I came and went. But for a good chunk of it, I'm just like, I can't. I can't do this. Like, oh, this is why I can't do a book, even though I just uploaded a book. Just like, why do I keep thinking I can do things? Like, oh, because every day at work I'm encouraged to do more things, and they love me there. I work at Streamlabs. I'm streaming on Streamlabs channel right now, probably, unless they're streaming something else. But yeah, that's one of the worst and greatest things about having an art type job is although I'm doing service art all the time, and and you just kind of do it and move along, do it and move along. So it's not like, look at what I did, put it on the fridge and whatever. Occasionally I'll Instagram it, but mostly I'm like, head down, next thing. No one's asking for dinosaurs yet. Always cats, dragons, and whatnot. Still no idea what I'm drawing. But making some structure. And I definitely thought other than that, yeah, I guess that's it. Trying the more accurate to draw a horse, the dumber horses look. But because I'm trying to jam it in there, but when I sent it over to Matt, like, anyway, this is what I did. What do you think about that? Matt was like, oh my god, like, we've had that horse since whatever, we were 6 years old, or whatever age he said. And it's just like, what? You recognize that this is a fairly still stylized version of this horse, but I was worried that, like, oh, if it doesn't look like their old horse, they're not going to love it. And then Matt, who doesn't live on the horse farm, just fairly separated from this, fully is just like, oh yeah, I recognize that horse's mouth. Like, all right, cool. Check. I guess I did a good job. And they were like, this is great. Like, oh wow. So again, doing stuff like that, when you get to that point, like, oh yeah, I keep forgetting because I can do it, and it's usually not terrible. And then every day at my job, like, hey, you did it again. Like, I did what? Who did I upset? Why did I upset them? Like, no. You just did a good job making art. All the people are happy with the art that you made. Oh, cool. Good to hear. This will hopefully last beyond 6 o'clock when I'm done work. And then, you know, if I don't start making something right away, I'm just like, oh man. Why do people do things? Things are stupid. I'm just making lines on paper and or whatnot. I should have gotten any reference picture for anything. But there's a doodle. There's a doodle. I don't know. F7. I don't want to clean that up because I don't care. I did have notes. I might have written something to draw within the notes. Mostly sad stuff. Just looking around for inspiration. There's a lot of stuff in this room. I realize. A lot of stuff. This Claire is locked. It's always my go-to. Yeah, let's... Yeah, I'm gonna go to Instagram and steal a random pose. Where's the search thing? I have no idea how to I don't know how to just look at Instagram on the computer like I do on the phone. That's not it. That's not it. Without actually searching something. I don't have just a feed other than what I'm following. Alright. Lil Dino, number 2. Lil Dino, what do you do? You're a little dino like a compy or such. Just a little baby dino. That is plenty. Nope. Is it in here? It is. This is weird. Looks like some Ninja Turtle stuff is coming to Instagram. Alright, where do I put this? Ah! Oh my gosh. Oh. Totally forgot about the loon noise. Oh, how do you forget that I've turned this into a Canadian heritage moment? That gave me such a heart attack. Oh, good stuff. Thanks, little dino. This is little dino. Yep. Little dino 1, no little dino 2. G's replacing the what? That's the dino for you. Let's do a screen capture. And a fiddle-dee-dee. This reference image is really not required. And you'll see. And drag this over here. And shrink it all. Shrink it. There we go. I'm going to shrink this window a little bit. There we go. Scroll down. And then back to normal. Back to life. Back to reality. So, yeah, let's go with some note stories. I'm gonna check. Let me scroll through. I'm gonna try and pick. Yeah, that's terrible. That's terrible. I need those to talk about this story though. This is adorable and fun. So we'll start with some structure as always. I don't know, head will be up here. And be all like, hey. Hey girls. Hey girls, what are we gonna do today, girls? Is it a party night, girl? Oh, damn. It better be a party night. 'Cause I'm about party shoes. And that's insensitive and pejorative, I'm sure. Alright, let's go back here. So, last week I told you there were some children in my apartment, in my home. And they're good kids. They're fine. They're not terribly evil. They're on that evil level that all kids are on. You know, again, the whole like, hey, don't touch that. It just said don't touch that. I'm touching it. Children. So, one thing was just realizing on my shelf here that I'm just like, oh my god, like everything is just moved. Like everything is just moved. Not completely, not enough to which is like, oh yeah. This definitely is an actual, probably clinically diagnosable level of OCD. The fact that I'm just like, I barely even touch any of the things on the shelf aside from the art stuff, and the rest of it's just there. It doesn't really matter. And I'm just kind of like, everything's just moved though. Like, this guy isn't standing the way he is. All of these versions of me, excuse me, are all over the road. And it's just not cool. Why won't you draw? There we go. But aside from that, one of the other things in the lexicon of kids saying the darndest things, like I said before, there's a bin of mostly broken stuff that I use for parts, and or there's still some good expensive toys in that bin as well. And they're just like, do, whatever. Oh god, yeah. Yeah, at least like with cats, it's like, they're gonna touch it, there's nothing to do. But with humans, you're just like, I have the ability to impart to you how debilitating it is for me when you touch the things that I own. And them just being like, don't care. Just like the animators that worked with you and would come into your office and just flip over the things on your desk just to break your brain, leave it there for you to clean up and then go back to their desk, do their work, get the bonuses that you are not entitled to because you're the supervisor. So why do you deserve a bonus? Because I just did all of Matt's stuff after Matt wrecked my desk. Well, Matt still did a lot of work this week, so Matt's gonna get a bonus. Like, but I did a good chunk of that work, actually. It is what it's being helpful. Not that whatever. Like, everybody should get a bonus. Blah 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 blah. Oh God, yeah. People did that. Like, people did that. I say people did that. Matt did that all the time. Just boo boo boo. And one time he like started to do something and it like caused a minor chain reaction where just like everything spilled everywhere, and he was like, oh my god, I actually feel bad about that one. I was like, you actually do, I can see it in your face. But it was just like, but I'm over it. I'm like, wow, you're genuinely over that immediately, and I can see that in your face. It was like, but again, why I like Matt is, I really do appreciate your honesty. Like, you are the most real person, but you're also a maniac. CTK, what it do? What it do? Did you move into a new place? Do. Here. Stand here. Don't worry, Twitch. I'm drawing clothes. Don't ban me. Don't ban me. Twitch, don't ban me. Not your Matt. Why would your Matt work in my studio 20 years ago? Oh yeah, Matt used to work in TV. That actually that tracks. That actually, Voltron's together into an annoying giant robot wrecking my stuff. But no, this was a long time ago. Galaxy far away. Well, far away from you, 20 minutes away from me right now. But one of the darndest things, the little girls, set of twins, little girl, little boy, little girl digging through, and she pulls out this little stuffed dog. Just a cute little adorable little stuffed dog. And then, there's literally there's a bunch of Barbie doll parts in there, like just a bunch of headless Barbie or like Ken figures, because all the heads are up there that I've been modifying and practicing to paint my own face on it to go on a different body that isn't the Barbie bodies. We've talked about that before. So she's fine with all that. She wants to jam heads on things, and I'm like, I don't understand why none of the heads fit on these. These are weird. These are weird. But she gets out the little stuffed dog. T.O. Angel 2020. You started your account this year. That's what I assume from the 2020 thing. Or you started it a long time ago, and you were like, 2020 is going to be my year, and you're a Cthulhu monster? But you're probably a very nice person. So the little girl pulls out the little stuffed animals, little stuffed dog, and she like looks over. Me and her mom are talking about whatever grown up stuff and people that we know, and she's like, "Hey, like why the dog? What's up with this little dog? Because most of it's like action figures, and this little dog doesn't really fit. Why this cute little dog? This dog is so cute." And I'm just like, oh, wrong camera. Does that dog still have eyes? That's my. Let me answer your question with a question, little 6-year-old girl. Hey, what's up with this adorable dog? Does it have eyes? And took me minutes to even think, like, why did I just say that? Why did I just say that? Like, that's crazy. You're pretty crazy, honestly. I mean, if we count all the weird things that you said to people, I mean, we'd just be counting forever, honestly. Like, that's why we have this stream. That's why you have to make comic strippings, because there's just too many dumb things in your face that need to get out, and then sometimes you shove them in my face and I get them out for you. But at the heart of it all, your face is dumb, because you're dumb, through and through, and I'm awesome? Yeah, mostly I'm awesome. Like, that person, Sour Skittles? Who's Sour Skittles? Hey, Sour Skittle, I am the best. Yo, I'm the best cat ever. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about how great I am, and that Sour Skittle is probably devoting some sort of shrine to me right now. No, they're not. Hey, Sour Skittle, what do you do? Skittles are great, as are the sour ones too. They've got a little bite, and they're still really bright. Everyone loves Skittles tonight. This episode is brought to you by Skittles now. So, I say, does it have eyes? And she's like, half looking at, when kids are like asking you questions, but it's like, why even bother answer? You're not even really, into me answering this thing. You're still into whatever the thing is. But she's just like, what? And her mom, completely unfazed, because she was the queen of the psychopaths of rearranging my shelves. We used to live together when we went to school, and when she'd visit, still the same thing. Hey, your collection of VHS tapes? Yeah, it's wrong. In what way? I gotta reorganize them. Based on what? Alphabetizing them. They've been organized by color before, organized by everything. Hey, what's this box in your closet? It's like everything from my life. You don't need this stuff. Yeah, I know. You're the one who still has most of your life stored at your parents' house. I've got this one box. No, we're going through this box. We're gonna clean this out. Like, yeah, why not? And it was a fun day, and I was very happy to not be lugging around a bunch of random stuff and old books for software that didn't exist anymore. So she isn't fazed, because she's a weirdo as well. A 6-year-old, on the other hand, is of course like, wait, what? What do you, what? What do you, yeah, it has eyes. Oh. Yeah, I picked that up secondhand a long time ago, because I was going to take the eyes out of it, and I still am eventually, I'm sure, and I was going to jam them in something else to do stop motions with, but other projects got in the way, so that dog still has eyes. And that's that story, 6-year-old girl, who is definitely more afraid of me than she was before, So it was fun. Tracy Carey Campbell. So many names. Too many to explain. Tracy Carey Campbell also has a set of twins. Let's do a little twin story for a second. Every year for Christmas, I get two things from two different people. The two last people that I just mentioned, Tracy and Amanda. Tracy's got a set of twins. Amanda's got a set of twins. Every Christmas, I get a new picture of two different sets of small children to put on my tree. And last year, I'm just like, I can't invite anybody over to see this tree without them also saying, can we go visit the police real quick? Because who are these children? Why do you have also specifically just sets of twins on your tree? And you're watching them grow up? You don't know anybody. You don't know any parents around here. Who are these kids? Like, I'm not that weird. Tracy's weird. Amanda's weird. I am weird. I just, there's just like, hey, there's no bunch of pictures of just family or real people anywhere. It's just paintings and drawings by me and other people. A lot of pictures of a cat. Like, a lot of pictures of this cat right here, me specifically. There's like basically a painting or a picture of me in some shape or form in every room. Yeah, in every room. Even in the bathroom. Yeah, there's like a thing where there's like one canvas of some toilet paper, and then another canvas below that where I'm like, peek, I'm going to get that toilet paper. And you just know I'm going to get that toilet paper. I don't care if you hang it forward or you hang it below. I'm going to unroll all that toilet paper all day long. And I mean, I have no reason to. I could read. I could start businesses. I could make things. And I have no... But I'm still, seriously, the fact that you don't sit there while you're pooping and just go, oh, you know what? Just for fun and giggles, I'm just going to give this a wicked hard spin and see if I can get that extra $10,000 bonus from Bob Barker's. And, why don't you? I don't know. Life is complicated, and you gotta be responsible sometimes. So it's not a massive collection. It's just like after the third year of getting them, I'm just like, I have too many of these now, or I need other things. It's like I've got a picture of my dad and my mom and me and my brother. I've got a picture of Ernie Hudson, autographed from Congo, like going down the river or whatever. It says like, hey, like to my great white hunter or something like that. Like, you're my great white hunter, Curtis. Like, I don't like the connotations in this, but fantastic. Somewhere in my computer, I have like a message from him saying, keep up the good work. My real family. And then, yeah, I don't have any pictures of Tracy. I don't have any pictures of Amanda. I don't have a single picture of Dwayne. I don't think anybody has a single picture of Dwayne. Who in the F is Dwayne? What are you even talking about right now? Do you know your audience? Your audience isn't just Tracy and or whoever's sitting around the TV with Tracy right now. You know that, right? She's probably just watching it on her phone while she's pooping. She's probably already done pooping and back to regular scheduled programming. That's probably right. But anyway. Exactly, Tracy. I don't want to say it, but having it written out is even better and more hilarious. 'Cause that's my tree, and if you want to get on my tree, you better be one of two or three with the same face. That's my thing, I guess. I don't know. Don't investigate me. Don't investigate me. Oh, God. This is being rebroadcast by my work, and whatever. You can't keep jobs forever, right? Can't keep jobs forever. I started this with how much they like me, and then we drifted over there. So, little girl asks about the puppy. That's the puppy thing. Take the eyeless puppy to your nightmares, child. Soup sorry. Wicked sorry. Super sorry. Doing my best. Doing my best. You're only here for a minute. I don't know. I didn't tell her to have kids. It wasn't my idea. She just one day, literally, it's It's not a good story. It's not a good story. It's too late now. It's too late. The bell's been rung. The pull cord has been pulled. Let that engine whir and tell me the end of this. Oh man, this is gonna be gross, isn't it? A little bit. A little bit. So, literally like, hey, Dad's funeral's done. Text message, wrong camera. Hey, my dad's funeral's done. Text message from Amanda like, you've got to stop by before you head back out of town. Like, I guess so. Of all the times and yeah, I'm assuming you must have something to tell me. It's probably gonna be big or weird, or it is just the hey, you were just at your dad's funeral, so you know, at least let me give you a hug and say goodbye, not just text like, you know, good journey, man at arms, good journey. And that's a Masters of the Universe in the movie reference. So I go over there, and for some reason, I'm like, I already know what this is, but I'm not going to speculate or guess. But somewhere in my head, I'm just like, I've got a feeling about this, that this is going to be Offspring related. And if it's a CD of that band, fine, I'll give it a listen. They definitely had one song that I liked, I think. I think it might be confusing them with somebody else. But either way, she decided to tell me about the twins, like most people do, right? We all have friends. We all have relatives that have gotten pregnant at some point in time, at this point in time, if you're my age. And of course they told you in the same way they told me, right? Yes, of course. I mean, it's definitely going to be something normal and not weird at all, right? So, yeah, the same way everyone tells me is the same way they tell you. They invite you in, and they're like, hey, would you like a cup of tea? And then, you know, let me tell you about something that's going on inside me. Exactly. But no, do you want some water or some Pepsi? No, actually I'll have a water, I guess. I don't remember. Anyway, here's what I wanted to tell you. Close your eyes and put out your hands. This never goes well. This never goes well when I play this game. Not with her especially. It's gonna be something weird. It's gonna be something weird. That's the only option. And if it's what I think it's gonna be, then weirder. Da-da-dee-da-dee-da. It's the power of knowing what's weird and what's not. So of course it was not one, not two, but a fistful. Fistful. Just like that guy. Remember the sprinkling guy? Let me sprinkle a bunch of, I almost said birth control tests. I always call them birth control tests. And he sprinkled a bunch of pregnancy tests. She sprinkled the pregnancy tests into my hands. And I'm just like, I know how these work. You could have just, I would have believed you. I'm not like your other friends. I believe you when you say things. Oi! So, you know, she's like, you know, like I washed them off. I don't care. I don't care. I don't like using other people's toilets, cause nobody gives a cursory wipe when they're done. And when I say nobody, I mean dudes. Dudes are just like, it'll evaporate. There's residue. There's always residue. Always wipe everything. You monsters. Lift up those seats. But we could talk about the plumes and the you know, what is it that I've talked about it 1,000 times. The FBTs, fecal blow-through. But anyway, of all of the people though, it's still like, yep, if anybody in the world has permission to put something in my hands that they peed on, she is pretty much literally the only person on that list. Oh, snaps. What are we talking about? So then, two sets, one set. Little girl, traumatized, done. Little boy, hey, I have something to say out of nowhere, apropos of nothing in particular. I don't know, I can't remember exactly how he phrased it, or why at all. Excuse me. But I've got a Raphael. got a little Raphael. I've got another Raphael there. I think that's it for this room. I've got a mild collection of 3 Raphael action figures. No big deal. Still kind of want to get the one in the trench coat with the hat who comes with a Casey Jones. If it shows up at a store, I'm going to have to get some new shelves. So, out there in the other room, there's a cube, 1x1 cube shelf that's filled with all the cool characters. The One Punch Man, RoboCop, Sigourney Weaver, Alien, what's his face? Rick, of Rick and Morty, actually, that Space Goonie and Pat gave me. And a Ninja Turtle. A Ninja Turtle. I'll leave it at that for now. So he says something along the lines of like, hey, like, imagine if that Ninja Turtle was Donatello. Like, how crazy would that be? Like, how crazy is it that you suggested that Ninja Turtle just be Donatello? Like, what's weird about what? Why? I don't understand. But regardless, my nerd sense, clicks in, and that those atomic turbines go to full speed, and it's like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You need to be corrected. Actually, son, that is Donatello. What? But that's impossible, adult man. You don't know nothing about Ninja Turtles. I'm a small child, therefore I know that's Raphael, because he has a red bandana. Children. Oh, children. Oh, for the love of FUD. Are you serious? You seriously took this kid to Ninja Turtle school to teach him about old-timey? I took this kid to Ninja Turtle school because he needs to know, and like everybody needs to know, they all had the same color bandanas. They all had no color bandanas for the most part. The books were black and white. But the covers, everyone had a red bandana, which made me insane when I was a child and saw some all red bandanaed posters. Like, how do you know the difference aside from the weapons? But I was like, no, sorry, kid. They're ninjas, so the idea of making sure each one of them is identifiable in some way is kind of anti-Ninja Vanish, if you will. So, 1, there's that. 2, back in the old days, yeah, they all wore the same mask. 3, that particular turtle's bow staff is at the bottom of that bin, I guess, that's below it. And I never bothered to take it out because I used to just use him for stop motion so much that I didn't take into account that is actually a $500 action figure now, which I have let children play with. I have destroyed in 1,000 different ways. I don't know where his other hands are or his other accessories, but I did find his bow staff and put it in his hand to be like, ha, next time that kid shows up, it's Donatello. It's Donatello. But, I mean, they're like $500 on Amazon. I've seen them on like eBay and stuff where I'm like, I'm going to get a whole set of these. I'm just going to replace these for like $40. Are they bootlegs? For sure. Have I watched episodes of Phaelus's Bootleg Zone from Dartmouth? I think he's in Dartmouth. Where he got some where they had colored bandanas instead of all red, but they were fully bootlegged, but they were clearly bootlegged in the factory where they were made, so they were like 100%. And I'm like, ooh, I kind of want some of those, but I still all red mask. Anyway, so 2 children shattered in one afternoon. Did I still get all my work done? I sure did. I'm a wizard. I'm a wizard. Tree wizard, breaking your dreams. Tree wizard, it's not what it seems. You got a turtle and I'll tell you about memes. They're dumb. This turtle is... Oh, what a day. Oh, what a day. But, oh, snaps. Don't remember how to draw anything. Alright. That's enough roughing out. Let's start cleaning this up, because I've been rambling for way too long. Oh, Tholog. Tholog. All the DJs there. In fact, Thag Dab. If you were rhyming at all, they would be like, excuse me, Dan, sir. And then something about my DJ revolving it. I think that's Ripley. Ripley? Hey, yeah, cut back to me. Thanks, sweetest angel. So, let's clean it up with a black line for now, then maybe we'll recolor it. I meant to grab my glove so my hand can slide around the screen, because it's hot. Because it's hot and sticky. So, let's get all depressing. Huh? Why not? Why not get depressing, right? Because the world is a little bit crazy right now. By crazy, I mean wicked depressing. And a lot of the internet is just, you scroll through and there's a lot of people just saying like, hey, it's super okay to be full of anxiety, to be very depressed, to be sad, to be upset, to be this, to be that. And here are my tears, here's my story, here's my whatever. And to that I say, hey, get on the right camera. Yeah, I get it. I totally get it. And again, like I said, trying to make that book, trying to send that book off was just like, I am too depressed with everything to be able to just be like, let me throw a comic book on that pile, sir. I noticed the world is on fire, but in that one little area where things aren't on fire, can I put a little book that I made? So, there's that. It was, with all the things. So, on the weekend, I don't even know when, but it's like every day there's something else that's just like, this just breaks me. Just completely breaks me for the day. If not for a few days from just like, I'm just eat ice cream and go to sleep. I'm just going to go to sleep. I don't even know. So, the other day, Instagram shows me this video. That's the most terrifying horror event I've ever seen. Like, pretty much, again, most of my horror dreams have one of these situations in it, and the fact that it's just so real, because it is real, but it's just like so... actually, no, it's the opposite. It's real, but it's so movie-like and horror cliche, basically, that it's just like, this isn't happening. Like, what is this? This guy's going to be telling the story forever. And a family in a car, obviously a black family, because, that's the theme of everything these days. Dad is driving, and I think there's 2 or 3 like kids in the car. Definitely one is like a daughter, because she keeps talking, and I cannot remember the other 2. But Dad's on the phone, he's calling 911. Girl's like filming everything and just going like, Dad, oh my God, Dad, over here, Dad. So lady walks up to a car. She looks like, again, this is methist, I don't know, but she looks like your standard meth head type person. She looks very white, from any movie where the backwoods hillbilly people are like, hey, I'm gonna roll up on your car and I'm gonna start saying really, really just angry, crazy things that you can't argue with because, nuts. I totally forgot. If I can get my mouse to work. Okay, fix that. And, I can't do that without... Alright, I'll leave it. So, this lady comes up to the window and she's just like, what are you doing in my car? Get out of my car. This is my car. And the guy's just like, this is definitely not your car. And I don't know much about cars. I don't know much, but I know she can afford this car, and that may be all we need to know. And she's still just like, that's my car. Like, get in my car. What are you doing in my car? And she, it's just like, you definitely look poor. You definitely can't afford this car. This guy looks like he can afford this car, and it's definitely his car. That's why his whole family's in it. And so he's trying to like pull away, and she's like keeps coming out to the window. And then there's a dude standing in front of the car with his hand like this, like in his jacket, as if to say, I've got a gun and I could just pull it out and shoot your whole family through your windshield. Just terrifying, wicked terrifying. He's on the phone, just like, oh my god, I am at this place. They're like, well, stay where you are. Like, I can't. There's more of them coming. They're surrounding the car. They started like trying to open doors, and then eventually started like banging on the car with stuff. He started driving away, and it's just like, I'm heading over here. Get me here. They're falling on bicycles. Then he's going further, and they're falling on motorcycles. And still, the same people are like, what are you doing? Why do you have her car? Like, this is not her car. And they all have that same, the strangers, the Purge vibe to them, where it is just like, we're white and we're out of control, man. That's what's happening right now. And it was just like they were all dead-eyed and just so deadly serious that it's like they are not going to stop and go, hey, go on, we're just messing with you. It's just like they are not going to stop. And again, just the fact it's like, this is his family. Like, we were just coming from the mall with my kids or whatever, and these people are just, they're gonna murder us. Like, they're definitely gonna murder us. And it's just like, this is beyond. Like, this is just beyond. This is unacceptable. I just watched something that was already unacceptable, but just so dumb, political, whatever, that it's like, ugh, get your head out of your ass. And then this, and it's just like, this is people's lives. This is people's lives. Again, like, how dare I be like, hey, well, you're trying to escape from those guys? A little comic book? Maybe? No, you're out of your mind. So the scariest part is it ends. And I don't know how to look it up. And if anything, I couldn't get back to it. I couldn't find it again to post it / to see, like, is there a link anywhere to see, like, what happened? Like, now I don't even know. Even more so, like, oh my god, please tell me they got away. Please tell me something happened. Please tell me the police weren't just as bad as the random white people chasing them down. So that sits in your head. Some other thing where some senator guy or whatever he is, some American politician who doesn't wear a mask was like, hey, I finally wore a mask. Right? And now I've got corona. You know what I'm thinking? What happened? I think that what happened was I took that mask on and I had to have it on for a little while, right? So I think that I put the mask on and then I breathe the germs into the mask basically, and then I put the mask on and that held it there, so that's why I have corona now. Yeah, if you're 5 and stupid, because a 5-year-old's not that stupid. What? So, in your explanation of how you got corona, is it just came from inside of you, magically, and then the mask escalated it. That's what you're going with? And you think you should be in charge of people and places and things? Constituencies? Fiscal policies? No. That rabbit hole, I didn't go too deep down that rabbit hole. And, oh, Louis Gomez. So there's just a bunch of dumb people like that making the thing that I'm actually afraid of, the downfall of society, not better. Where it's like, oh, cool, no, like, what are you doing? Like, just pulling Jenga blocks out. We're not playing Jenga, dog. We're making a tower. Yeah, cool. Well, I'm going to make it interesting for you. Like, oh, this one has a dare. I dare you to try to change policies that allow you to enter places in spite of your ethnicity. Like, no. Just building a tower. Stop tearing the things down. So, oh yeah, he did do that too. People are monsters. Should have looked up a dinosaur reference for this. So the silly part of all of that, even though, I mean, that's silly, but like I said, we started with the like, hey, yeah, I'm super depressed. It's hard to get anything done because why? Why? Maybe we'll have to fight America? I don't know. Obviously not, but you know, there's a lot of weird things. So, I forget which day it was. Saturday or Sunday or whatever. But, it was about 1,000 degrees outside, which means it was about 15,000 degrees in here. And I was hungry. I needed to eat. So I'd walk to the kitchen and be like, I don't want to eat any of this. I don't really have anything. I should get some groceries, but I don't want to leave the house. But I'm hungry. I don't want to just eat soup. I don't want to eat any of this. I kind of want to get something healthy. I'll feel a lot better about myself if I get something healthy. And I'd walk back down here and just be like, I guess I could order something. Like, look at my phone. Like, I can't use my phone right now. Walk back to the kitchen. Like, I could just go somewhere, pick something up, bring it back. But how do I go somewhere? I just can't. I just can't. And, you know, for more than enough time, just basically going back and forth to different rooms, going, I don't know. Trying my best not to go to the bedroom and just lay down and go, I give up. I'll eat later. When the world goes dark, I'll go somewhere that's open late and get something then. I don't know. I just can't do the world today. I just can't. Unless on one of my trips, standing in front of the fridge, not open, just standing there, looking at the takeout menu for the sushi place down the street, and I'm just like, I'm not trapped here. I'm not that afraid of the outside world. I don't live in terrible war-torn United States. It's not that bad, but it was just like, but just that thing where it's just like, sorry, I just can't convince myself. Like, sorry, figure something else out, maybe tomorrow, maybe later. Just like, it's just not happening right now. And maybe it's just too hot to like make a cogent statement work in your head that is just like, just call a place and have it delivered. Like, I can't. Going someplace is easier than the phone, oddly enough. And it's like, well, you could, you know, there's some online ordering. You don't have to even do anything. Like, sometimes they call it a double check. I just don't know. And anyway, just standing there in the kitchen, and I'm thinking this all the time. And I'm not a person, and I will never be the person who's like, oh, summertime. I wish it was fall or winter. Like, I wish it was just cold enough so I can wear all the things. I don't. I love summer. I wish summer never ended, and it was summer all the time, which is also terrifying because, you know, the climate. So, thinking, I just wish I could put a sweater on. And not really overthinking it, just a slight little, just a wisp of a thought in my head that's just kind of like, if only I could put a sweater on. Like, what? What does that even mean? Yeah, what does that even mean? Like, are you out of your mind? Do you think a sweater is magic? I mean, if it's a hoodie. Did you mean a hoodie when you said sweater? Because that I can kind of understand. Yeah. A hoodie is, of course, what I mean when I say sweater. So just like, again, the same thing. Like, it's hard to do the stream without a hoodie on. It's hard to do things. And I just realized, like, oh yeah, my hoodie has somehow definitely become this full-blown crutch that, or at least a Linus comfort blanket or whatever. And it is, like, I've definitely had this conversation with people before. I was like, oh, yeah, this isn't the first time I've kind of thought this, but this is the first time I'm going to use it, like, specifically use it for its power or try. But mostly I just sat there like, I can't put a sweater on. It's too warm out. But I'm hungry. You know what? It's just crazy enough that it just might work to reference every 80s TV show ever. And exactly like, you know, I grew up in those times where if my dad put a cape on me, like, I'm kind of invincible now. And yeah, so I went in my bedroom, grabbed a hoodie and threw it on. It's like, this isn't the thickest, it's not the thinnest, but this'll do. But I'm like, now the clock is ticking, because suddenly it was just like, I'm gonna go get some sushi. I'm gonna go get some sushi, like, as if the whole day was like, everything's fine now. Everything's fine now. You know, just like Iron Man armor, you're fine. It's just a sweater. And yeah, so it was like immediately, like, without any hesitation, like, grab my phone, like, yep, California roll, chicken teriyaki roll, green salad. Yes, that's all. My phone number, I don't know. I will also have to go look at it again. But it's me. It's that guy. I'm back. I know I haven't been there for 7 months, but it's me. Eh? Yeah, everyone's the me from there. But, you know, you guys love me. Everyone does. All right. See you in a bit. Click. And it fully worked. And I was just like, like magic sweater. And I went down to pick up my sushi. I went a little bit early because I also needed to go for a walk. Like, I know, this is the thing, is like, I've been to therapy. I know how to deal with the instances of inconceivable incredulity towards society. That's just big words for no reason. But I know how to sidestep this. I've done it 1,000 times before. And it is like, I need a little bit of exercise, and no, I don't even need to put my hood up, but sometimes it is just like, now I can draw a picture from the comfort of this dark hood. Weirdo. Oh, that sushi place. Yeah, that's pretty good. So I drive down to the sushi place, do a little walk around the neighborhood because I got there way too early. Then I go in to get my sushi and feel good about everything. Literally, anybody could talk to me. And I'm just like, go for it. Go for it. You, say something. Dare ya. Hey, weird creepy guy by my car. Don't you dare touch my car and don't talk to me. Please walk in the other direction. So that part. But with Power Hood, I was still just like, yeah, this guy's twice my size. But I think with a medium amount of effort, I could drop kick him in the face. I've got a pretty good run distance here. But more than likely, I'd just be like, hey, beep boop pop pop. Yeah, I'm watching a dude break into my car right now. He just came out of the bushes. Do people still just come out of the bushes? I think this guy lives in the bushes. So everybody has like their coping thing to get through things. And that was great. The sushi, if you are in Truro, Yoka is the greatest place in the world. They have all kinds of things. I usually get the exact same thing all the time. And the few times I've gotten the all-you-can-eat, they're just like, you should have just got your regular order. Like, yeah, I wanted the one extra thing. So there's this girl at the sushi place who I still to this day keep thinking like, oh, hey, I don't know you. She looks like somebody that I knew 1,000 years ago. And I always forget, like, oh, yeah, don't know you at all. You're the girl from the sushi place, not my friend from 10 years ago. But she still does talk to me like, hey, you're here again. The usual, like, yep. You remembered the things that I order. So while I'm waiting for a minute, she comes over with a little piece of paper. She's like, hey, check this out. And it's just like, I guess we're friends now. I guess we're friends? We're definitely friends, I guess. So she's like, check this out. And she's got like this little piece of paper that says like, hey, can I get your number? And she's like, I'm not sure if this was meant for me or for a table of cute girls. I have no idea. And I was just like, oh, geez. Full on right now, just based on knowing people who work in food service industries and from being an old man, because she definitely doesn't realize I am definitely twice her age. I'm an old man full of wisdom. Here's a somewhat sick and disturbing thing about life and your job and what this note means. A lot of times, especially after pandemic, where people are like, I gotta have somebody who's gonna feed me. In the dude-averse, in the dude universe, when dudes go to restaurants, a lot of the time, they for some reason, because society raises them this way, they see a lady bringing them food as, oh my god, like this lady brought me food with a smile, and she was so nice about it. Like Tracy, if she's still there, she works at, runs whatever's going on, like one of the most popular restaurants back home in Cape Breton, and everybody loves it. I almost never go there because there's always like literally a lineup out the door of very old people, but the food is great for everybody. And a Cape Breton thing to do to say, and I always forget until I go back there, and it just happened again recently here, where I just almost said like, "Hey, you're from Cape Breton," is people say, "Hey, honey," "Hey, sweetheart," when they serve people, and Tracy is one of those people. So I guarantee she probably has 1,000 stories of creepy old men for sure. Just being like, "Oh wow, like, huh, I should get your number. Like, you should come home with me. You make great meals, or you at least bring me my food." And I enjoy that in life when somebody brings me my food. So anyway, I didn't go into that whole thing. I did not bring up Tracy at all to this girl. But I was just like, oh yeah, I was like, odds are it was for you. I was like, I didn't see these other girls. It was like, you're still a pretty human being in the world who has been bringing people food. And if you're nice about it, which you are, a lot of people see that as an invitation a lot. Some of, I'm going to say my model friends, I guess, that are like Instagram models, like they're in tattoo magazines or whatever. I don't really know them, but one of them who I sold some art to talks to me every once in a while. And she's like, "Hey, you're a super normal person. Like, although you do stuff and it's like sexy and pinups and whatever, you're still a super normal person." So her and a few other people that branch out from there. So it's just like just through them, like, all right, I'll follow you and I'll steal your artwork and then sell it back to you. Because I'm the real monster. Yeah, they're just like posting these things to remind other people that are models, or either hiring photographers to take pictures for them or getting hired by photographers, that they all have the story of like, did I do something wrong? Like, did I give them the wrong impression? Was I to this? Was I to that? And the answer was no. That photographer was not professional. He was just trying to feel you up or ask you out or make it an uncomfortable situation. Yeah, I can only imagine, Liberty Meadows, that, like, because when I go, it always breaks my brain every time, because it's just not normal to me evermore. Not normal to me anymore. But when I go back, it takes 2 minutes to get used to it again. And it is, like, it still happens here a lot. It's just not quite as constant as the closer you get to the island. And it just gets, it increases. And it's only been fairly recently that it is like, oh, guys, like, you kind of have to stop saying that. And the real situation is, no, you shouldn't have to stop saying that. Words mean different things to different people, and sometimes you kind of have to, people need to learn their audience and understand, yeah, no, I'm in a restaurant and they're smiling and being nice because they need to get tips. And also maybe because they're smiling and nice people and they're at their job. And other people just don't seem to know that, no, I go to my job and I'm angry all day and that's what I do and that's how jobs are done. So obviously they must be interested in me. And it's just like, no, 90% of the times they're not. And I saw a post, it's always on Instagram. I don't know why I need to reference it. Follow my Instagram. No such thing as grown-ups on Instagram. It's the best Instagram, aside from Bill and Ted, but cats. Avocado shakes his cats. whatever, just some guy, I guess, was just posting like, oh my god, like, love at first sight, like, I'm not a stalker, but at this Starbucks, I saw this girl, and she was just so perfect that I had to go in. And then when she was like, can I take your order? I realized I don't actually want anything here, so I just order the first thing on the menu. So now I just kind of walk by there all the time to see her because she's the best. Like, you're a stalker. You're only stalking that person. She's a person who's at her job, and you're showing up there every day. If that person was like, I don't know, an office worker, a cubicle worker of some kind, and you showed up at that business that you have no point being at, and just kept like, and just looked at them every day like, somebody didn't tell you that that's creepy. Or slash, you've got one of those grandpas with the slash and grandmas with that unbelievably romantic story that goes, I didn't even like your grandpa. He was just some weirdo that was always around, but he kept on coming around, and around and around and around he came. And then he kept asking, and I'm like, no, but he persisted, and blah, 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 blah. Now we're married. Like, cool. Cool. Do you think that being married is being trapped in some sort of situation with another person for your whole life? Yep. All right, then you succeeded. Then you succeeded. Because you don't seem happy, weird grandperson. So, there's a lot of those stories. And then those grandchildren, those children take that story as, that's my inspiration. I will stare at somebody until they fall in love with me. Slash, all movies do the same thing. I've said it 1,000 times before. I almost said Matthew Broderick. Not Matthew Broderick. Well, also Matthew Broderick, but the other guy. He's got a sister who was in Toys, and they have the same last name, and as soon as I remember her last name, I remember his first and last name, even though... John Cusack, there we go. Joan Cusack is his sister? Anyway, John Cusack, in like every movie he's in, is the bad guy and belongs in jail. But instead, somebody falls in love with them because they didn't see the rest of the movie that was happening behind their life. Speaking of movies, a little movie gripe. With an out-of-time hand gesture for no reason whatsoever. We all take time to watch the Quicksilver scene from X-Men Apocalypse like once every 2 to 3 months, right? I mean, that's just a fact. That's something we all do. Of course it is. I mean, who wouldn't take the time every time that YouTube suggests the Quicksilver scene from X-Men Age of Apocalypse that they don't stop and watch? Oh, the bee slows down, Jubilee shows up with the guys in the car, and then he's like, sweet dreams are made of these, I'm gonna save all the people. It's the greatest, 3 minutes in anyone's life. Greatest 3 minutes in anyone's life. And yeah, that's just a fact, right? So, the other day I watched it again, because YouTube was like, hey, remember this thing? And I'm like, yeah, and it's awesome. Let's roll that sweet, sweet slow motion footage. And every time it drives me nuts, but I never say anything about it. I never say anything about it. But today's the day. Today is the day. Drawing camera. When there's the big explosion, when, right before the Quicksilver scene, Havoc is all, I'm gonna blast, my Care Bear stare at these guys. It hits the reactor explodes. 37 minutes behind, gotta rewind. And it explodes. Alright. Quicksilver gets everybody out. And then, spoiler alert for X-Men Age of Apocalypse, X-Men Apocalypse, Apocalypse Rising. They're like, hey, where's Havoc? Where's Havoc? And Quicksilver's like, I got everybody, dog. I didn't miss anybody. And they're like, well, he was the closest to the blast. Oh, well, then I guess he's dead. Let's mourn him for 4 seconds and then get on with the movie, I guess. He wasn't that important. But it's still drives me beyond crazy that if you look at the scene, if you just look at it, you don't have to slow motion it, you don't have to anything, but it is in slow motion because Quicksilver slides in slow motion like, what is going on here? Let me survey this situation. Where he's standing is basically where Havoc should be. And if not there, he's still between Quicksilver and the camera and the explosion. Therefore, the first person mutant he should have rescued would have been Havoc. But the movie would have me to believe, Hank McCoy would have me believe, I guess he was standing so close to that blast that we could clearly see where it was, but I guess it sucked him in or something, even though that's not what was happening. X-Men Age of Apocalypse, Year of Apocalypse, X-Men Apocalypse. I don't know why I can't remember the name of that movie. Is it just X-Men Apocalypse? Gotta be Age of Apocalypse. Too many Age movies. So for that whole movie, yeah, you guys hate the X-Men movies. That's what I know about you. I was really expecting, like, oh, spoiler to myself, Havoc's not dead. He's in the transportation portal with Apocalypse and Magneto and those guys, because he definitely didn't get exploded. He's going to show up again later. Even though I don't care about Havoc. I'm not like, he's my favorite character, bring him back. Other than, I really like this actor way better than Scott Summers over here. So if you want to kill off Cyclops again and replace him with Havoc, I'm fine with that. Scott is never good. He's just never good. Even James Marsden, who is always likable, still can't make Cyclops likable. Maybe even hate James Marsden for a little while until he redeemed himself with his Sonic the Hedgehogging. These lines are weird, lady. These lines are weird. Let's leave them like that. Let's not dwell on that too long. Umbrella Academy Season 2. Oh, man. Oh, man. So good. So good. You don't have a dumb little anecdote about, hey, here's how I tried to watch Umbrella Academy Season 2 and I made a weird mistake because I'm crazy, so now it's a wacky story. I do. I'm not good at things. So I go to watch Season 2 of Umbrella Academy because the internet's filling up with spoilers, so I better get some of it in me quick before I ruin it all. And, am I on the right camera? There we go. I wonder... No. So, I think... no. Windows as big as it gets. Forgetting I can turn this like a piece of paper. So, second seasons, third seasons of stuff like this always enrage me. Like Dexter and Weeds and whatnot. Love those shows. Love them. But whenever it came down to another season, you get to the last episode of a season and something crazy. Oh my god, you are right on the precipice of something. The next thing I see better be the next minute from this sequence of events, or else I'm going to lose my mind. In every single TV show, hey, second season, we spent $1 billion, blah, 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 blah. Remember how we left off? And the cop was on the other side of the door, and they're definitely going to get caught, and there's no way out of this? Like, what will they do? What will they do? 5 years later, no! 2 years before, no! No, take me right back. You can't have a cliffhanger, and then, anyway, let me tell another 16 stories, lost, until I get back to that thing that I left you off at, which we clearly didn't think of anything yet. Infuriating. So, I'm already angry. I'm already pre-angry that I assume that the Umbrella Academy is going to do that. Because, I mean, it was the end of the world. They ended the last season with the end of the world. We're escaping the end of the world. I don't know. See what happens. And I just expected, we're going to start somewhere else. And I'm going to be furious. Netflix, click. Netflix, open. Netflix, hey, do you want to watch the Umbrella Academy? I sure do, Netflix. You know I'm here. Play Umbrella Academy. All right. Moscow, 1984. Wait, what? A lady's in a pool. Like, wait, what? What? How dare you? How dare you go to some other random thing? This isn't even them. This is some lady. You're just going to start with an X-Files opening? No. How dare you? And just like pause, like, what's even going on right now? So I'm like, you know what? I should have watched season 1 in preparation anyway, but I didn't. I'm going to watch the last 2 minutes of season 1 to make sure that I'm not confused. Maybe they did go to Moscow. I don't know what this is. Maybe I'm the stupid one here. Maybe I'll just be angry forever. So I click on the last one, like, yep, this is how I remember it. That's definitely, they should just continue on. And then it's like, hey, we're just going to play the next episode. Like, yep, go for it. And instead of showing somebody in a pool in Moscow in 1984, it picks up exactly where it left off. And I'm like, oh, what did I do wrong? How did I skipped ahead too far? Or I skipped back? What did I do? But I just said, hey, Netflix, give me some of that sweet, sweet Umbrella Academy. And it said, yeah, you probably want to start at episode 1, season 1. And it started doing that. So, really, you should just be angry at yourself. You're the one who makes the mistakes, not Netflix. They're making Prime TV, watch it over there, and you're just not good at it. You're just not good at watching TV. That's basically what that is. You're the worst TV watching person ever. I'm good at TV. I'm pretty good at watching TV. I don't, pour over my phone. I actually watch this stuff. No, that looks weird. Do the detail with color. Long story short, it's fantastic. It's fantastic. I only got like 4 episodes in when I'm like, all right, I have to stop. This is too much. This is too much, too fast. But every episode ends in that way where it's like, how can I stop? I can't. I need to know what happens now. And I'm like, all right, I'll stop in the middle of an episode, and that'll be easier. So, a super interesting. I don't know. It's a little bit Schadenfreude-y, a little bit crazy. That I got from it was, oh yeah, you know, in the land of racism and nonsense, they go back in time. Spoiler alert, they do go back in time, so they are kind of dealing with black people having sit-ins and trying to prove that it's like, I can just come to your restaurant without you attacking me or having me arrested, and it's just very, oh wow, holy snaps. This is like now. This is now as well, but it was also 1962. This is insane. But it did give me this little bit of, like I said, Schadenfreude, just enjoying people suffering. Not that part. Not that part. Oh my God, not that part. The enjoyment comes in after watching that, where it's just like, oh yeah, like, so many people in the world were just not allowed. Like, no. And that's the rule. And we get to enforce it. There's no real reason other than, yeah, you're a different color. Like, that's not a reason. That's not a reason. But now, my Instagram is jam-packed with loads and loads of white people going to restaurants and being refused service because they don't look like the other people in the restaurants, in the businesses, and whatever. Your face doesn't look like our face, white guy. You have to leave. Are they the wrong color? No. Religion? Race? Whatever? No. No. The Starbelly Sneetches, with the stars on theirs, they can go in the stores and buy from theirs. But the Starbelly Sneetches, or the no belly, the blank belly Sneetches, I don't remember what those were called. But otherwise, people with masks, you can go places. People without masks, you can't. And that's where the similarity lies, where it's, you're taking away my freedom. Nope. Actually, we're doing what a lot of elementary schools have gotten in trouble for many years in the past, which was helping kids understand what it means to be on the other side of systemic racism, or just pure and absolute racism. So, there we go. That, which I'm referencing, is some, whatever. I heard it a bunch of different times, but a lot of schools. And so far, most of the times, I'm just like, yep, I 100% agree. It's terrifying and weird, but it's kind of the only way to understand is to experience. And, they were learning about just the eradication of the Jewish people and their persecution and the rules around them and stuff. And I think other things as well, but specifically, they had people. I think they put the star on people, so they knew that, oh, you're a Jewish person, so you're now not allowed to use the fountains. You're not allowed to do this. These people can do that, and I'm not sure if they switched or whatever. And definitely terrifying. Definitely traumatized a bunch of kids who were afraid of becoming Jewish, basically. When it's just like, yep, you should be. Like, that is the fear, is the people who have all the power. You don't get to run like everybody else. But again, the crazy version here is, of course, why are you not working? There you go. In our world right now, this is all we got. This is the only thing we have to fight against this invisible powerhouse of a just ghost virus that's just everywhere and nowhere, and it's all over the road. So can you help out? No. How dare you suggest I help out? Okay. Well, then we'll make it mandatory. No. How dare you? I can't tell what that said. Diesel IRL? Decel IRL? Decese IRL? There we go. Oh no, that was an IRL. Decef RL. Decef real life? Decaf? Decef. Decaf? Don't talk to me in the morning till I've talked to Decef. 'Cause I need 2 cups of Decef. 'Cause I'm the ref. I don't know. Yeah, I work at Streamlabs, so that's why it suggests me. And then, of course, Rocket League is a suggestion because it's a huge popular thing. Because I like to play soccer and football is real fun. But I wish that I could just drive my car around instead of run. Oh, it's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing. I just work in like an art department, making custom stuff for fancy high-end streamers and famous people. Just did some stuff for, I can't remember his name now. Chester Rushing. He was on Stranger Things and other things. I don't know really who he is, but when I saw him, I'm like, oh, I recognize him. I mean, I made a little show of myself. My ego is gigantic, actually. I'm pretty much the alpha and the omega of everything. So yeah, I should be the center of the universe. But yeah, you're a stupid beard face, and nobody should care about the things that you have to do or say. Hey, I put the things together. But no, so making stuff for fancy rich people doesn't build my ego. I would like it if people liked the things that I did for, out of my own head. But for the most part, doing stuff for other people, I don't exist. Other than this, like, I'm just kind of an invisible content creator. But I am, you're right though, you should love it. I am the greatest content creator around. I mean, not to toot my own ego, but the greatest. I'm just funning around. But yeah, so I do stuff like that. There's a few of us that do like marketing art and whatever. But at some point, it became a great idea to make art for the streamers that they represent and partner with and whatnot. Because the motto, the theme of Streamlabs is to basically help content creators, turn their content into a lucrative and fun and exciting lifetime adventure. That's not the motto. It's paraphrased so hard. So hard. I don't know why this won't let me select. There we go. Bing. And what time is it? Oh, it's the middle of the night. All right, I'm going to add some color real quick. And then I go to bed because I have to go to work in the morning. And it's all the way right over there. Oh, pretty much right where the camera is. That's where I work. Actually, let's... delete. Thanks for the follow. I'm here every Tuesday doing this. Sometimes I play video games. Grown? I don't mind that, oddly enough. I don't mind that. In a lifeboat designed for 10, anything that's systematic will get you fated. Actually, I'm going to do this. Oh, copy, paste, move it up a bit, F7, and don't stop thinking about tomorrow, don't stop, it will soon be here. Any day now, yesterday's gone. Oh, the plight of retail radio. You're listening to retail radio. It's got all the songs that you already know. You listen to them in the car with your dad. They're still fun, but after a while they make you sad. 'Cause it's retail radio repeats. 'Cause you get knocked down and you get up again. And you're never gonna get you down, and you get knocked down, and you're up again, 'cause you got another shift at 10. And you'd like to be pissing the night away. Oh, snaps. Cause you went to bed in Texas. You woke up in Hollywood. If you had a quarter in your pocket, dude, you'd call me if you could. But you've got to fly. You've got to fly. Like Stephen McQueven. All he needs is a fast machine. But you're gonna make it all right. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, what's that Sheryl Crow, Chris Rock? Chris Rock. Kid Rock song. It's just the worst. It's the worst? It's the worst, but that one's definitely a retail store repeat for sure. It's like, how did this song, like, oh yeah, because of Sheryl Crow. Logie Kenobi. knows it's the worst song you know. If you could see, Logie could be the Kenobi that helps your Jedi friend. Stephen McQueven. I put too many cracks. Too many little cracks to color and make pop. You gotta make those cracks pop, or else the cracks won't stop. They'll look real flat. Excuse me. Imagine that. I've had to burp during the stream. I don't mean to be gross. I'm a little morose. At least every now and again. But when we're alone and there's nobody home, it's nice to be able to count on a friend like Pooh Bear, Winnie the Pooh Bear. Can't remember the other words to that song. Oh, won't you take me please, Pooh Bear? I wanna be there. Rumbly tumbly, silly old Winnie the Pooh. I used to watch every cartoon that was on, even if it wasn't that great. I put your picture away. Tried to drink you away, no. But their half-hearted smiles tell me something just ain't right. I just saw you at the hotel one last time. Fueling up on cocaine and whiskey. Wondering, no. Don't need to remember that song. Don't want to remember that song. But once that machine starts ticking, hey, what if we put it on the drawing camera? What if we put the camera on the thing that we're doing? I used to work in TV. Okay, speaking of working in TV. All right, Umbrella Academy, fantastic. I didn't watch the second season properly. Now I'm doing it right. But my internet, my Instagram, my everything is jam-packed with Ellen. Toxic work environment. Ellen, lock her up. Okay, all right. What? What are you guys talking about over there, man? Are you guys sure? What? Now, I'm not for a minute going to say I'm on Ellen's side. I believe she's the greatest person in the world, and everybody else is just being weird. Nor am I going to say she's the worst person and she has to tone it down. I don't really know. Oh, that will be great. Enjoyed the comedy of Ellen for my whole life. I liked her TV shows. I've definitely seen every episode of everything that wasn't the Ellen morning show. I've seen some stuff of it, I'm sure. But here's what I know about Ellen. All right? And if these people are all big Ellen people and they're in the know, then they would know it as well. Because who am I? And why do I know? I know that she's a demanding person who says this is how it's got to be or else I'm out of here. I've taken enough garbage from everybody my whole life, So now I'm going to be the person that gets what I want out of the TV industry, and that's what we're going to do. And if you've been in TV for a while, like her, you have only been abused by all of the Weinsteins and whatever of the industry. Everybody does it in the Trumpiest way possible. That's how TV is made. It's sad, but it's true. And even when I was like, I didn't work in TV, but I worked adjacent enough to making graphics, making video, going to recordings of some shows, talking to some of these people. But the actual construction of a show, the behind the scenes, all the people that work on it, yeah, they're all abused. And that's kind of part of the reward. Everybody has these stories like, oh, you got to go through this, you got to go through that. And I got super sick of that thing of like, oh, well, the next show it's going to change. We're going to have more money. We'll have more people. We'll do it this way. The next season we'll do this. The next season we'll do this. And each season you get less money and less time and less everything. So it's always kind of a burden. And again, that same anxiety I get with trying to make a comic, trying to make my own art for the purposes of selling it. Nobody needs a TV show. Nobody needs any of this stuff. Nobody needs to pay you all the money. Nobody needs any of the stuff that's advertising on this, but it is a multi-million-dollar situation, especially in like this Ellen thing. So, only because people have had time off, I assume, and are, we don't have to deal with how terrifying it is to work in TV, because that world is even more so. And again, politics works the same thing, I get way, if we're watching the news at all, and we all are, where a lot of people use that kind of terminology of, you'll never work in this town again. You'll never work in this industry again. I will destroy you, because people have that kind of clout. They have that kind of power to do that, and they do make those threats all the time. And it's become so standard that that's how stuff gets made. And there's a handful of people that are making film, they're making TV, they're doing projects for the sake of doing those projects, and the people that are doing it are actually enjoying it. But if you wait till 3-4 years after a movie wraps, a TV show wraps, all those people are like, we're a family, it's great. Once those people can establish themselves, they can now get jobs without being able to be taken down by the people they worked with before. They can finally say, oh yeah, Jennifer Aniston was a nightmare. Oh yeah, Louis C.K. kept pulling his wiener out. Yeah, that guy raped me. Like, these people make unbelievably unacceptable demands, all for the sake of just making a TV show. It doesn't have to get this crazy. So that's kind of become the norm. So that being said, I guarantee the fear-based part of the environment is also the standard, which you're probably going to get on most big productions like that when it is. Like, we have all the advertisers, we have all the everything, and most entertainers like an Ellen, like a Howie Mandel, like most of these people, they're like me, where it's like, yeah, I have a giant ego. I need 2 characters or more to get my points across, to feel fulfilled in my life with some weird show of some kind. A part of that, the dichotomy in your head to do that is, I want all this attention, but once I get that attention for 45 minutes, an hour, I'm done. I want to disappear again. I don't want all the attention. I just want to be a hero for a little bit, for 15 minutes a day, and then after that, I want to go back to just my own life and doing my own thing. And of course, a lot of that, the Ellen stuff also is, hey, it's just bots. Most of this isn't real reporting. It's, we don't know where it's even coming from. It's just robots making articles. Exactly. See? Even as a cameraman, like, so many stories. My friend, Pat's friend, Sean, I think this is correct. I want to say Sean's dad also was like a cameraman in the days of local TV in Ontario. So he was like a cameraman for the original Tom Green show, and just, again, the things like that where it's like, this doesn't make any sense. How do people get, people are this crazy? And Brandon, the studio manager I had, he had tons of awesome stories. He mostly worked in radio for the longest time. And one of his things was like, he'd go and collect the audio for interviews. And it's like, yep, go meet this famous person at their hotel, ask them these questions, and we'll play their side and not yours because you're nobody. And he just has these stories of like, yeah, cool. Like, going to Kim Mitchell's hotel room, and Kim Mitchell being like, yeah, well, let's do this in the bathroom. Like, let's what? The apartment, or this hotel room was already small enough as it is. He's like, yeah, no, but the acoustics in the bathroom are like, it's just going to sound way better if we do this in the bathroom. So going to the bathroom, he's like, of course, he's like, there's still a bunch of Coke lined up on the back of the toilet seat, and it's just like, Kim Mitchell? What are you talking about? Kim Mitchell's got a pile of Coke on the back of his toilet seat. You're breaking my brain. And he's like, yeah, but other than that, like, he was still a great guy, did the interview, he had a great time doing it, blah, 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 blah. And I don't know, I feel like I mentioned Gowan for some reason. Is that right? No, there we go. And he's like, oh, Larry! Yeah, Larry's great. I don't even think of the fact that his name is Lawrence Gowan, but you're just like, Larry! Like, yeah, Larry was great to hang out with. He's just such a regular guy. Like, he's so not a rock star, but he's like, looks like a rock star, but he was so just like, yeah, let's just hang out and whatever. Like, so not an interview. The Moffats. I at least remember the name. Whoa, Logie One Kenobi. Whoa. All right. Whoa. What? All right, that's part of my Canadian heritage. Like, that's a part of my Canadian heritage. Those patio lanterns, they were the stars in the sky. All right? And yes, I only hear it at web weddings. I haven't purposely listened to it. It's not in any of my rotation. But, man, oh man, yeah. There's, in one of my poetry books, none of them are on this shelf, and I think it's the second poetry book, and it's like, I only hear Kim Mitchell on the radio, so it is like, might as well go for soda, patio lanterns, and there's definitely at least one other one, and I'm probably just mixing them up with Kenny Loggins, because those two are both the same person to me. Oh, for sure. It's like, especially at our age, patio lanterns, like, that was a big deal. Like, especially like when we went camping and like the patio lanterns were set up and then they played patio lanterns, I was like, what? Is this the Matrix? Oh my god, we're going to the other side, guys. You can't cross these streams. It's too dangerous. Ça c'est dangereux. And what was I saying? Oh yeah, in one of my poetry books, there's a poem, I think I made it in there, and it's all about Kim Mitchell, but it's all just references from the might as well go for a soda thing, and just other things that Kim Mitchell might as well do or something. I can't remember right now. But it's in there. Sometimes I write poems and make books about them. Oops. Hey, you know what else? You know what else it is? I think it might be time for a commercial break, real quick, because it's getting to the end of the thing. So we should probably go to a commercial. Go to a what now? Yeah, we'll be right back after these messages.
Hey, Dumbbeard Faith. What do you draw today? What? Oh, are you talking about the day I held aloft my fabulous new mask and revealed that it said, some of us are over here trying not to look like assholes. And I have this other option that says, some of us are trying not to look like assholes, Karen. Because, you know, that whole thing with the Karens. Yeah, that sounds wildly inappropriate. Where are you getting these masks? At society6.com/no such thing as grown-ups. I made them. You're selling them. In the... What? When did you do that? Who helped you do that? Meow. Meow. Ripley. No, so this is a commercial? This is a commercial right now. We're in a commercial? Yes, sir, and/or man. And if you're in the market for a shirt that tells people to be nice in the meanest way possible, that's what I have. What about you want it on a mug? I can put it on a mug. And that's not all. What do you mean that's not all? There's also that other stuff that you made with like dinosaurs or whatever. But I don't care about that. Society6.com/no such thing as grown-ups. It's a store.
Commercials. And now we're back. And now back to the regularly scheduled program. This, me, my face and whatnot. What about me? You never referenced the shadows. The shadows from which I am birthed and where I reign. If anything darkness falls, I am in control. Also something about the Penguin or the Riddler. The worst. You're the worst, Batmans. Buy everything or soda, no one gets hurt. It's better than slander, but it's not as good as fries. Dry can. Add a little, oops. A little more color. A little more highlight. You might as well go for soda, no one gets hurt. Nobody dies. Might as well go for soda, it's better than slander. It's better than lies. So yeah, I'm sure working on the Ellen Show sucks. But I'm sure it's fairly comparable to most other shows, other than, yeah, she does sound super demanding, and maybe a little bit crazy, but I'm pretty sure she has specifically said, hey guys, I'm super demanding and a little bit crazy. But the funniest thing was the backlash Katy Perry got from saying, I've never been treated anything but super nice over there. Like, yeah, Katy Perry. You're Katy Perry. No one's going to treat you badly or else their life, they'll be destroyed? They'll be destroyed. Like, you're another Ellen. We're talking about poor people over here who live with 16 other people in an apartment building so they can afford to live in California so they can work on the show. But, you know, nobody in the lower echelons of a big multi-million-dollar thing like that can actually afford to live in the place where it takes place. Everyone else isn't going home to a mansion with a pond and a stream like Ellen has. I mean, come on. But either way, it is super funny. Because, you know, just the fact that so much news or updates keep coming to at least to my Instagram and whatnot. Saying, you know, all the things Oh, Ellen's gonna leave the show. These people are in talks to replace them. Ellen says she's not leaving the show. Like, why would she do that? She still loves it. She apologized. Everyone doesn't like her apology. This and this and that. And it's just like, ugh. I do know that if I really want to know what's going on, I can just go to, like, an Ellen's Twitter or whatever and see what they are actually saying about it. But it's the TV world, and it's just barely real as it is. Dinosaur lady, what do you do? Dinosaur lady, it's 20 to 2. Yeah. It's all lies. But I'm also looking at a picture and stealing some of the lighting. That's the real key. Most artists, I'm like, how do you know? How did you do the lighting so good? You're all like, what? Because for the most part, for the longest time, like, I just make it up. I don't understand anything, so I make it up. And then I just met enough artists that are just like, no, I just look at something that's like the thing that you're doing, and then the answers are right there, and they just do that. That's how the shadows or whatever go. And I'm just like, oh, everything makes sense. Right. But these are still somewhat sloppy shadows. And the greatest artist's murder. Wait, no, that's not a. What was that? Did somebody mention murder? Nope, everything's fine. Everything's fine. Hey, what if you and Batman got into a fight? Do you think that yes, he would win? Okay, so that's some color, some shading. That's pretty good. And then make a rectangle in the back. And then we'll add something that's not too whack. We'll make some shapes. Probably. What does this lady have in the back of hers? She's in a mirror with a square. Fine. Let's do a square and a square. Can't think of any of my color theory. Why don't you show me the colors in round form? So the opposite of purple is yellow. Yellow? Is that the correct color theory? What's going on here? Why won't this fill? Ah, it was on outlines. It was on outlines the whole time. Why are you not picking the colors? And then we'll make this lighter in the middle. Oh, I don't like that very much at all. Ugh. Ugh. Monochromatic is the way to go. Monochromatic is the best, and you know. Kid addiction is a natural fact, and something else from all of them attract. Cause you stay, nope. Cause I take 2 steps forward, and you take 2 steps back. Yes, that's the thing. This needs something else. I don't know. Let's do this. Let's put some. Decorative cracks. I got nothing. Used up all my ideas. There, we drew a dinosaur. Do I have any textures floating around? I'm gonna throw a texture in there. Let's reach over and grab the mouse. In a lifeboat designed for 10, anything that's systematic will get you fated. It's not a thing. It's about me. I want it kind of scratchy. I want a nice scratchy, dusty scratchy texture. That seems messy enough. Let's try this. Zoop. There, all better. Wrong camera. There, isn't that great? So I'm going to select this, make it into a movie clip. And for the display effects, my mouse goes dead. Overlay. Ooh, that's pretty nice. Hard light, too much. Oops. Screen, nope. Lighten, no. Multiply. Ooh, multiply is pretty dramatic. Darken, barely does anything. Those are about all the good ones, really. There. I'll say that will do. File. Well, I'll export it in a bit. But anyway, that's today's Stream doodle. Because there's no such thing as grown-ups. We're all just making up what we do and having fun doing it. We watched a commercial. We talked about the things. What's on the notes that I missed? Stuffed dog has eyes. Family surrounded by white people. Oh, my bank seems to know too much about me. Every time I log into my bank now, it's like, hey, answer this question. And I'm just like, how did you get this answer? I've never told you this. I've given you like 3 answers that I can never remember the answer to. So I can never remember how to spell Michael or Crichton right. So just like, that's definitely not the answer to that question. So I picked something else, obviously. And somehow you know that. But when did I tell you that? But very weird specific things where it's like, I've definitely never told you that. And it knows. And it knows. And it knows. Follow the Instagram, Logie Kenobi. There's a lot of my style on there. There's animated stuff. Lots more sexy dinosaurs. So the bank. That Senator. Donatello. Magic Hoodie. That's pretty much all the notes. Where's my remote? And we drew a dinosaur lady, which we haven't done in a while. I'll get back to making some more comics probably next week. / I'll make a new commercial that will be the announcement of the 90-page graphic novel of me and Milo having adventures. So many adventures. We don't go outside of the apartment at all, do we? No, we're just here. One time I go to a graveyard to poop in somebody's car, but beyond that, we stay in this apartment for the whole time. I mean, a lot of it takes place during COVID times, so it's a lot of real life stuff. Yeah. So, new book coming very soon, and new stuff after that. Instagram, shirts, that's a thing. You're there. That's all I can think of for this stream. So yeah, tune in next Tuesday for more of the same. And I don't know, like I said, I'll keep threatening that I'll do other things other days of the week. But for some reason, I haven't turned on my PlayStation or my Nintendo for the longest time now. But we'll get to playing some stuff for sure, because doing it without commentary to the world seems insane. Because, I'm Ego, the living planet over here. I feel like there was a button or something else on here that I was like, hey, this is new and cool. But other than I reanimated the little boop, boop between me and Milo's head. That was the thing. And that's about it. There's no such thing as grown-ups, dinosaurs. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for all the follows, subscriptions. Maybe next week. I almost did some stuff this week. I'll actually change up the stream itself a little bit. But, yeah. See you guys next week. What time is it now? The middle of the night? Oh my god, this is the latest. In the middle of the night, I gotta finish up my stream so I can go to bed and have a nightmarish dream. Credits, Ripley? Meow, 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 meow. Thanks, sweetest angel. Thanks, everybody, and have a good night, good week, a good day, a good stay. Eat what you like in a polite way. Wear a mask, stay healthy, then come back on Tuesday. There's a podcast where I say words. Good night. Where's the end button?